and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the IGE Community Series Country Grand Finals. We have Bangladesh taking on Pakistan in this best of three matchup. And of course, for those of you who do not know, the IGE Community Series did happen in four different countries. We had Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, where the top two teams of each of these countries went on into a different brackets where they competed to come into this grand final. So we do have our two grand finals. It is going to be Pakistan and Bangladesh butting heads in this best of three series. Y'all do have the rosters on screen. The roster from Team Covenant, which is from Bangladesh, and Rakuzan from Pakistan. I'm pretty sure those of you who are watching at home from your individual countries are familiar with majority of these players from these countries. I personally know about Team Covenant from Bangladesh. I have seen them play before. I'm not entirely sure whether it is the same roster from before, but I have heard about the team name as well as I have watched these guys play before as well. Having said that, let's get right into the draft here. It's on the new patch, it's on the new map. A lot of interesting things are happening. And off the bat, we do have the Ricky Beam band out. It was absolutely strong, whether it was on a position 1 role or a position 4 or even on an off lane. This hero is very flexible and it's just really annoying to deal with, right? Because the vision has significantly reduced considering the fact that the map has got bigger and the number of sentries that you can purchase has got lower. So invis heroes like the Bounty Hunter and the Ricky has gone up in popularity. Ricky, especially in the pro scene, and then Bounty Hunter in the pub scene as well. And another thing is they ban out the storm, so I don't mind this, especially due to the fact that the spirits are really, really strong. Other than the Earth Spirit, who I haven't seen a lot, right? But Void Spirit, Brewmaster, Storm Spirit, Ember Spirit, very popular in the patch. And right off the bat, Team Covenant goes for this really, really strong combination of the Medusa Cotter. I think Rakuzan was expecting this. They went for that first pick. Nyx Assassin deals reasonably well with the Medusa. New Medusa tends to be really strong, right? The way that they have changed up the skills. You no longer level up your mana shield. Instead, it is a passive skill right off the bat. I think this is the first time that Dota has introduced passive skills right off the bat. Like you have it on Ogre, you have it on Medusa, you have it on Alchemist. That's all I can think of right now. But yes, confirm three heroes, right? These three heroes do have passive skills right off the bat, which has not been there in Dota before. Having said that, let's get into the rest of the band. So another spirit is going to be taken off the bat, which is going to be the Ember Spirit, extremely strong hero, especially due to the fact that he has so much of mobility, right? The Remnants allows him to go across the map quite easily, go in and out of fights. It's just this is the map is as such, the patch is as such. It's type of a brawl type of patch, right? Like you tend to fight a lot early, especially with the portals being there as well. So Rakuzan do go with the Terrorblade. Uh, Pretty decent pick against the Medusa. I think it's a bit of a toss up on who comes out on top there. Terrorblade obviously will be building into a Diffuser Blade this time. I think Diffuser Blade Manta BKB might be what he is looking for. Then coupled up with a Scardy Daedalus, something like that is probably going to be the item progression for the Terrorblade. In the meantime, Pangolier Doombringer has been taken out. Both extremely strong in the patch again. Beastmaster taken out on the other side. Pretty strong, right? The way that they have changed it, the Aghanim Scepter, as well as the amount of vision, like especially since the map has got bigger and the board has reduced. Beastmaster is such a valuable pick to have in your back pocket just for that vision that you get. Like just before we do start a fight, you would have a vision of that area guaranteed with that Hawk in play. Let's have a look at who is left in the pool right now. They do have the Alk still left, but I feel like Alk might be a little bit too uh, greedy here for both sides. You don't want to couple it up with the Terrorblade and or a Medusa for that matter. Which I mean, it is pretty greedy, but I mean, you can run it offlane. It is still greedy, right? You want your offlane to be able to get your auras. It is a bit of an aura patch for the offlanes. One of the heroes, one of the cores have to go for these mass auras like Pipe, Crimson Guard, uh, and that is the have been so significant in the patch across the board. Even if you are watching the major these days, you would see one of the cores building up to this because obviously on the supports it just takes a little bit too much time to come online. In the meantime, Rakuzan has taken on Meepo. Do they know something that I don't know about
10
Covenant? Yes,
seconds
this hero was
remaining.
changed. This hero is a lot easier to play, I would say, and a little bit stronger, I feel
5
like,
seconds
in the new
remaining.
patch. But I haven't seen it as a viable
Radiant's team
core
picked.
from any of the pro teams for that matter. I don't think we saw it in the major either. I think probably one of the heroes that has not been picked. Interesting ban there from Rakuzan. Probably they do know a Meepo player on the side of Covenant. And then we do have the Lycan being taken out again. Decent
10
map
seconds
version with the
remaining.
Lycan, with the Wolves being in place. So they do go with the Alchemist. I mean, I personally feel that it might be greedy, but this will not be the first time that a team has run this combination. Alchemist gives this frontline aura building core that you have. I'm pretty sure this Alch is either.
10
I'm
seconds
pretty sure it's
remaining.
offlane, right? I think mid might be a little bit too greedy because then Yalk will go for Midas Radiance or
5
like straight up
seconds
Radiance.
remaining. Dire
It
team
just
picked.
delays your game significantly. And this particular hero, right? Like Void Spirit has been absolutely insane. Like there isn't a game that this hero is not banned or picked. Uh, I was watching the majors as well. Like 100%, obviously 100%. I think
10
ban or pick rate
seconds
on this hero is
remaining.
just absolutely insane. And the way that you play this hero has also significantly
5
changed.
seconds remaining.
Previously, you would tend to go for this magic build up where you go E-Blade, Dagon, Yule Scepter, Aghanims, stuff like that. But now you do tend to go for that physical build up where you get your Echo Saber into a Desolator and then BKB, and you basically are another hard hitting core as well. And I really like the build, right? It does very significant damage, and you're able to close the gap between these squishy supports like the Kotl, for example. Like if you can take the Kotl out of the fight right off the bat, which they need to do if they want to deal with the Medusa, because the Kotl is just going to keep giving the Medusa mana, and that Medusa is going to be unkillable because he basically does not lose any HP until that mana shield drops, right? Like until she runs out of mana. That's why, like previously, what happened is percentage of the damage is absorbed by the mana shield, and a percentage of damage does go to the Medusa. Right now, it doesn't happen. The entire damage that you're dishing out will be taken in by that mana shield that Medusa has. So with that change, I think if you don't kill the Kotl right off the bat, I feel like the Medusa is just going to sit strong. Oh, oh wow. So is this the offlane Death Prophet? I mean, it does give them some really good early tower push that heroes like the DK gives as well. And it's not the
10
easiest of heroes
seconds
to bring down
remaining.
as well. And I feel like Alk Medusa, none of these heroes like really kill the Death
5
Prophet right
seconds
off the bat. They don't
remaining.
really have burst damage on the side of Covenant. Oh, so for those of you who are wondering, the Pakistan side will be playing, Rakuten will be playing this 4
Dire
versus 5.
team
One of the
ban.
players are having a technical difficulty. So hopefully by game number 2, they will be back, and we will be able to have like a full 5-on-5 brawl here. This might be a flex pick because they do get a free pick here where I mean they can kind of play a mind game with Team Covenant where
10
they don't show
seconds.
their entire hand
Radiant's
because
team
now they
ban.
can wait without picking this Death Prophet as well on one of their players. The meantime, we have the Necroforce being banned out. Good way to deal. I mean, it's a good hero to deal with the Terrorblade and the Death Prophet. You stop them from sundering. You stop the Death Prophet
Dire
just
team
regening
ban.
back up to full HP after his ultimate. So I get that it is okay, but I don't think Covenant would have gone for a Necro just because they are lacking kind of disables in this fight. They are relying completely on this Alchemist stun
10
and
seconds remaining.
basically the Lich pull, basically Lich as a third skill. Why am I
5
why am I forgetting
seconds
the name now?
remaining.
All right, we'll check it in game. They do ban out the Rubik. Decent ban.
Radiant team ban.
Uh, Pretty decent skills to steal on the other side. You have Acid Spray, you have Unstable Concussion,
Dire
Lich
team
Ultimate,
picked.
Frost Shield. Frost Shield is extremely good against this heavy physical lineup. Uh, I did play Lich a bit in the patch as well. I feel like it's pretty strong, especially in the laning stage for the harass as well as just the Frost Shield, right? You're keeping
Radiant
your core
team
safe,
picked.
really good against heroes like Slada, Alchemist, any heavy hitting physical cores like even the Terrorblade for that matter. So they do pick up the Morphling as well. What are they planning on doing is going to be the question. Is it going to be? I'm pretty sure they are going to play the Terrorblade. I feel like that is a must against this Medusa and the Void Spirit as well, and the
10
Nyx Assassin.
seconds
So I
remaining.
think the toss up is between whether they play the Morphling or the Death Prophet here.
5
If they do play the
seconds
Morphling, I
remaining.
feel like it's very greedy. but I feel like the only way that they can pull off a 4v5 is having more cores who are more farmed than the other side as well, or a really early heavy hitting lineup where you go like full on tower rush and just demolish the enemy. That type of snowball lineup has not been seen in some time, so I'm assuming that's not going to be the case. Uh, so talking about the toss up between the Death Prophet and Morphling, I feel like Death Prophet might be a better option here, but the Morphling does give you that better late game. The only problem is if they do go with the Morphling, they don't have this core that builds into auras. So I'm assuming they will go with this Death Prophet here, so which I like as well. Like you can build into the Crimson, the Pipe against this Lich and the Kotl, who is going to be dishing out a reasonable amount of magical damage as well. So I feel like Death Prophet might be the option. The last two bans are going to be Moretta and the Disruptor. Very popular again. I was surprised that it was let through this much, but in the end, it did get banned out. Waiting on the last pick from Coven, they do require a core, right? Assuming the Kotl and Lich, or rather, Lich is support, assuming the Kotl is support as well, and not a mid Kotl, which we have seen before. We have seen the likes of Sumel played. I think Sumel played today as well, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it is not unheard of. They go with the Bounty Hunter, so offline bounty maybe very strong. Uh, does give really good vision, a good map control with a bounty, a really good bounty hunter. It's pretty hard to deal with, and now they have kind of buffed his invis as well, where it stuns when you come out of invis. So I feel like bounty has got a buff in that sense, as well as in terms of the map and the number of sentries. Also, it has kind of given the bounty hunter a reasonable buff in the patch, and that's why he has been going up in popularity, especially in pubs, even though we haven't seen much of it in the major. But there you have, guys, the draft, and who has been let through. So the Void Spirit is the one that
10
is not being
seconds
picked.
remaining.
I mean, I don't mind that. I feel like Void Spirit
5
might have been better.
seconds remaining.
Gives you that early rotations, it gives you that early burst that you might require. Oh no, wait, Void was also picked up, so I think it's the Morphling, right, that is not being picked. Yeah. So my initial prediction might have been right here. We'll have to wait and see who they do end up playing. But on the other side, we have Newborn on the Kotl, we have Hireth on the Medusa, we have Wukong on the Alchemist, Hatched on the Lich, and Stormrage on the Bounty Hunter. Hedel on the Nyx, Iris on the Terrorblade, Vanilla on the Void Spirit, and Xander on the Death Prophet. I'm pretty sure the Morphling wasn't picked here, right? I don't think they should be picking up that Morphling. But yeah, just waiting on the game to start and to see how the laning stage will go. I feel like so Terrorblade Lich is going to be safe lane. Nyx might be a solo. Sorry, yeah, Nyx. That's interesting actually. Sorry, Terrorblade, Nyx might be bottom, Death Prophet solo off lane with the Void Spirit mid, right? And then on the other side, we might have Lich Bounty in one lane, and yeah, Lich Bounty one lane. I think that's probably it. Kotl Medusa together, right?
Prepare for battle.
One sec, guys.
Fight me, cowards. Can't kill the dead.
The game sounds were a little bit too much there, but yeah. Let's have a look at the lane stage, right? So yeah, as predicted, it is going to be mid Void Spirit with off lane Death Prophet, Nyx, Terrorblade top, yeah. And the bottom lane, what are they doing with the bottom lane here? Who is going bot? Has to be the Kotl Medusa, right? That's the one that makes the most amount of
30
sense with the
seconds
Bounty
to
Lich
battle.
going top. And looks like the runes will be traded. No one really fighting for the runes. We might be in for a long game as well, right? Because we don't have these early brawling type heroes other than the Void Spirit and maybe the Bounty Hunter. We don't have like early of kind of dive on towers and kill type of heroes other than the Void Spirit here. So I'm assuming this game is going to go late, especially with the Terrorblade in play as well as the Medusa. Uh, we can expect this game to go past 30
The
minutes,
battle
40 minutes,
begins.
maybe. Since it's 4 versus 5, might be wrong. In the meantime, Rune does get taken. So wait, how is the Rune trade here? Lich. They do manage to pick up 3, and they do manage to get first blood onto the Neeks as well. So really good start coming out from Team Covenant from the side of Bangladesh, and Team Pakistan obviously would have preferred to get a even trade on the bounties, but with a man down, it's always going to be a bit tough there. So the bounty mid, interesting. Wasn't expecting this, even though I have seen this in pubs. I wasn't expecting the bounty to go mid, and it's an Alk. Oh wow, it's an Alk bottom. In the meantime, they do pick up the kill onto the Lich here, and that's unfortunate, and blood grenades coming into play there as well. So the Terrorblade has been left to his own devices top, and the Alchemist is going to get pressured quite heavily. Lich Deep is back into the lane, does have a Frost Blast in hand, uses it on the Nyx to try and keep him away. In the meantime, they do pick up a courier on. Oh, yeah. That's a Kotl's courier, so Terrorblade getting an early courier kill as well. Going to be decent in that lane. An early kill. Wait, what? Early unstable concussion being used and going to be stunning himself. Probably would have thought that he can get under the Death Prophet to try and get that stun off, but that's not going to be the case. So taking a little bit of extra damage there. What's interesting is going to be when we are going to see these first rotations come out from either side. So far, the mid lane is going quite even with the Bounty Hunter and the Void Spirit just keeping up with each other's CS. Bottom lane is where things get interesting to see who has the biggest kill potential. Spy Carapace is going to be used, dodge, and with that, Lich is going to pay for it with his life there. So they do pick up another kill on the side of Team Pakistan here. This lane is off to a horrid start for Team Covenant from Bangladesh. All right, there we go. All right, so Void Spirit seems to be pulling a little bit ahead in terms of CS. I feel like the Bounty should have a decent lane, right? Like there is no way that Bounty falls behind in this lane, and kill potential wise, until the Void Spirit hits 6, I don't think the Bounty has anything to worry about. And they are ensuring that this Terrorblade gets a lot of levels, so he can probably rotate into the jungle a lot sooner. I think that might be the idea about keeping him alone top, but it is going to result in him getting killed off there by the likes of Kotl and the Medusa. And the initial Lotus was picked up. I think it was traded between the two sides. Question for those of you who are watching: how significant do you think this Lotus early game is going to be? Like picking up the initial Lotuses, I feel like it's a lane winning item, especially on the supports. Again, due to the fact that the amount of regen that you can buy in terms of mana as well as HP is reduced yet again, so it does allow them to heal up reasonably well in the laning stage. It's like a mini fairy fire combined with a mango. Gives you that extra oomph in the lane to stay a little bit longer and to help your co be able to farm up. Oh no, the rune is gonna be denied by Newborn there. Good play coming out, making sure that the water rune gets denied, which means the bounty is going to get it on the other side and going to be having a better lane for a little bit of time here. Nyx Assassin, a little bit of trouble. Stun flies out onto 2. Frost Shield still active, now goes off. Going to be a tough kill to get with the Nyx Assassin walking up onto the high ground. Places the ward down to monitor the portal as well. You don't want that Kotl rotating in for maybe a kill there. Mid lane, though, Bounty seems to be pulling ahead after that rune debacle that happened where the rune got denied. Bounty seems to be having fun in this lane right now. I mean, he should be glad, right? It's not a melee versus range matchup as well, so Bounty should be doing reasonably well, getting that gold steal as well from the Void Spirit continuously from the Janada hit. And again, like the net worth lead, don't no need to worry too much about it on the side of Team Pakistan, just due to the fact that Team Bangladesh does have an alchemist, so you do expect that net worth to be always higher on their side. Timings are going to be this alch to be able to get that radiance. So meanwhile, bottom lane, they are trying to go in onto the Medusa. Kotl is nowhere around. Kotl has gone back to stack, giving Medusa all that EXP, and they know that the Terrorblade can't kill. In the meantime, Kotl is busy stacking away for the Medusa as well, which is going to be quite significant once he does get the right amount of levels to be able to clear that up.
Structures are fortified.
That's quite a significant number of stacks as well. In the mid lane, Arcane Rune bottom side, which is going to be secured for the Bounty Hunter, and he is a level ahead on the Void Spirit as well. In the meantime, Bounty does go down though. Void Spirit jumps in, picks up that kill with ease, and in the meantime, top lane, they find the kill onto the Terrorblade. So kills are being traded. In the meantime, they do find the second kill. Medusa picks up a double, looking to pick up that.
Dyer's is under attack.
Whoops, I think he got his boots with that.
Acquit myself nobly in your sight, good Lady Medusa.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Did I see a DD rune on the
Dyer's
Void Spirit? I think probably why he was able to kill. Might have been why he was able to kill off the bounty as well. Not the easiest of kills to get.
Dyer's top tower has fallen.
And they will claim the first T1 tower top. Bounty, of course, needs to be careful with the Void Spirit here. Void Spirit jumps forward again, trying to chase forward. Decides to back off with the TPs coming in. Frost going to get popped onto the Bounty Hunter a little bit premature there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bit of push going here and there. Medusa up ahead in CS, 48 CS to his name. Nyx Assassin trying to stack there for the Terrorblade or the Death Prophet for that matter.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Lich might be in trouble here. Pops the Frost Shield, gets the pull as well. Bounty Hunter coming in with the track here. Medusa joining the fight as well. 4 heroes clumping on mid here to try and find the kill onto the Void Spirit, but just too much of a nimble hero to catch without
Dyer's middle tower
reasonable
is under
stuns.
attack. Dyer's structures are fortified.
Bounty being super annoying with these tracks and the Medusa and everyone. Just pushing them back, and they will find the kill onto the Nyx Assassin, and the blast comes through from the Kotl to pick up that kill as well.
Is under attack.
They have been able to punish the 4 vs
Radiant's
5 so
bottom
far.
tower is under attack. Dyer's middle tower is under attack. Dyer's middle tower has
Meantime, they
fallen.
claim the second T1 tower, which was the mid tower.
Scanning.
Are going to give them a decent amount of map control and vision with that.
Dyer's middle tower
Needs to be a bit careful here. The Frost Blast goes out. Impel onto the Bounty has joined the fight. In the meantime, we have Death Prophet coming in from the side as well. Medusa does use the Mystic Snake, picks up one, looking for more here. Going to get tracked up is the DP. They're trying to chase him down. Gonna get pushed back here. Void Spirit wanting to fight, not really finding the damage that is required, and Death Prophet was under tower, taking so much of damage. Bounty finally with the toss will clean it up. 8-3 right now in favor of Team Coveran from Bangladesh.
Bottom tower is under attack.
I think for the dire side, it has to be played around the timings of the DP, where you get multiple items like ore items like the pipe and the crimson for them to be able to take head-on fights into this five-man squad from Team Covenant.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Void Spirit looking for, the kill onto the Void Spirit, going to be successful with the blast coming through and the pullback from Lich as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Invisibility.
In this rune, going to get picked up by Bounty Hunter.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They do take the final T1 tower bottom as well. They do not get the last hit. Terrorblade does pick up that Yasha, a long way off from the Mantle Style though.
Is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Alk with the Radiance at 11 minutes. I think he would have got it around 10. Really good timing for the Alk. He is looking to queue up that BO3. Probably will go for a BKB next, and he is going to be significantly untouchable at that point. Trying to engage bottom lane. Might see an engagement here. They did follow the Nyx. They are still pressuring this tier 2 tower, putting towards the fact that they are playing a 4 versus 5. Experience runes up in a minute as well now. A little under a minute.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And they will claim the bottom tier 2 for free
Dire's
as
bottom
well.
tower has fallen.
Not quite as slow.
Top lane needs to be a bit careful. Void Spirit hanging around in the area, but so is the Kotl for that instant backup. Terrorblade turns around though, down to half HP, down to no mana as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They are taking quite a bit of damage on that bottom tier 1 tower due to the Death Prophet being there and like just straight out pushing the lane.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Now up to 11k net worth lead in favor of Team Coveran from Bangladesh. In the meantime, they do jump on the Medusa. Medusa losing a lot of mana, but he does manage to pop the Stone Gaze, trying to chase behind, and She is low on mana, but the Kotl is always there to keep giving her mana, which she did. She did not. Mirisa might have gone down there because his mana shield ran down to 0. Mhm. Hmm. Both teams just playing around, turtling each other. In the meantime, Nix gets caught out on top lane. Where's the blinding light? They do use the dust. They will look to push this tier 2 tower as well. Again, pressing the advantage that they have and looking to close out the game fairly early.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Going to work on the tier 2 tower. Top, I don't really think that there's anything that Team Pakistan can do, especially 4 versus 5. They need to farm on the Terrorblade. And right now, it is not going to be easy without the Terrorblade having a diffusal to be able to take this fight effectively. Medusa is just going to be too strong.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're happy to eat the bottom side of the map, but they're still hell-bent on the side of Team Current from Bangladesh to be able to end this game. They have been pressuring this tier 2 tower for quite some time. Ooh. That was that terrible. It picks up a kill bottom. Onto the Alchemist, no less. He's getting reasonably, big. Oh, DD rune spotted by the Void Spirit here. Gives it to the Bounty Hunter. We have a TP onto the bottom lane by the Nix, who is on Mandata. My good god, the number of bounties that has not been collected. In the meantime, Kotl gets jumped on. They do miss the Ether Remnant here, going for more. They will finally bring the Kotl down. Oh, they do spot out one.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're going on to the Void Spirit. This might be a dead Void Spirit. Yes, it is.
Radiant structures are fortified.
12,000 net worth lead right now for the Radiant side. Again, this is majorly due to the fact that there is an Alchemist on the Radiant side. You would expect a certain level of net worth deficit when playing against an Alchemist, especially if he is safe lane and does get an early start there. The Nyx is actually looking to build into a Dagon. Again, like very strong burst damage that the Pakistan side does not have.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They are going to work on the tier 2 mid as well. And again, Pakistan team is deciding to avoid these engagements and get the farm that they require to be able to take a fight as well.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
We do have a pause. Not sure what the pause is all about. But right now, even though it is 4 versus 5, we have the squad from Pakistan still holding on. But there is a lot of pressure being put by team coming from Bangladesh to kind of finish up the game. They have claimed multiple tier 2 towers, looking to claim the last tier 2 top as well. Just building up into that final punch, probably go in for to the Roche pit, pick up the edges of immortality, and then look to finish the game. In the meantime, we have the go in ready call, and we
Dire's
have the game
middle
back
tower
underway.
is under attack.
Oh, bottom lane, we might see a bit of an engagement there. Alchemist is being left alone. There are people joining him, though. We have the Bounty and the Cottle both walking there, so the Void Spirit does decide to back off, and we might have the Death Prophet buggering out as well. Takes the portal, is on the other side of the map now. So Roche does get spotted, and like I said, they are going to be working on this Roshan next.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is fallen.
And they will take it uncontested. I mean, how do you contest this 4 versus 5 without the farm? But Nix actually joins the fight and might get caught out. Not going to use a spike. Carapace uses it at the right moment, but he will get bought down, and it's a mega kill streak for this Medusa, who is getting fatter and fatter and fatter. Who is going to become Aegis is going to be the question. Probably the Alkia. Or is it the Medusa? It does have a slot for it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Still finishing up Roshan down to the quarter HP. They don't have the fastest Rosh decks. It's actually taking quite some time. Good God. But in the end, Wukong, who is not the Monkey King, but playing the Alchemist, picks up the Aegis, and the Tormentor, the Experience runes get denied by the huge play from him as well. That's quite a bit of EXP being denied. They are trying to take the Tormentor. They do need everyone. This is not an easy target to bring down. We can see Lich also taking quite a bit of damage, but Alchemist is able to barrel through that with that region coming through from the Chemical Ridge, and Medusa obviously with that mana shield.
My path leads.
And it is going to go to the Lich also. A really decent shot there with the the Ice Fire, which comes out as an extra skill. I love the Lich ultimate to bounce through that as well. Who else would have the shot been better on? I feel like that is the only choice, unless they want to go full aggro, and maybe I thought it might be better on the Bounty, but I feel like this is the ideal target to be carrying the shard. Still building into that Dagon is the Nyx, though. I'm not sure that is the item choice. They need to make a play happen. They need to look for kills, but they have also gone for this ultra late game, banking on the Medusa DP DP Terrorblade to be able to carry this game. The gem has been picked up as well, so again, like, they are pressing the issue here on the side of Team Bangladesh. They're looking to go for that final blow, especially with that Aegis picked up. They are going to be walking up high ground, and
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's
that's going to be
structures
them knocking on tier 3 towers.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
And and they are going to go to work on it. Mana Burn not really doing anything to the Medusa. Medusa extremely fat, and obviously with the Kotl in the backline, Alchemist is going to work on that tier 3 tower. Picks it up the track with the Lotus, bounces across,
Dire's top tower
and they will claim the first tier 3 tower. We do see the Void Spirit coming in for a flank, and we have the Terrorblade pushing down the bottom side, trying to trade up at least to a tier 3. We don't see any TP backs or anyone TP back to defend. Void Spirit waiting to catch someone on the TP out there. In the meantime, Void Spirit jumps in onto the middle of everyone here, looking for a kill here. Bounty Hunter manages to go into in Wiz here. Lich ultimate, the Chain Frost bouncing through with the Icicle in the middle. Going to be bouncing through onto Xander as well as Vanilla there for quite some time, but they don't find a kill. They're still hunting though. They do see the TP out. It's unlikely that they can stop it, and he will be able to get out scot-free. So a very good engagement for the side of Team Bangladesh. Obviously, they were not able to claim the racks, especially due to the fact that the Cerebrate was forcing the issue on the bottom lane, and the Alchemist had to TP back to kind of defend that tier 3 tower. They don't want to trade tier 3s when they are ahead in terms of money as well as numbers, since it is 4v5. So Bounty has gone for those stat items like the Crimson Guard. We don't see a pipe. It's not necessary when the other side is entirely physical, other than the Nyx Assassin. Even the Death Prophet ultimate being a physical damage skill, Crimson would probably be the ideal item there. You know, Void Spirit does get trucked up. Medusa trying to chase behind. He does dissimulate in and gets out, and Astral steps away as well, taking quite a bit of damage, but is able to get out here. Alchemist in the meantime does get stunned up once, and he's going to stun himself with the unstable concoction, and they are trying to go down mid now. Interestingly enough, I thought they might try to go high ground on the top side of the map, since they have already claimed the tier 3 and maybe claim racks there, but they are going to be backing off rightfully slow. They don't need to really force the issue when you do have an Alch plus Medusa, who is going to be very, very strong as the game goes on. Alk, of course, falls off after some time. I think he has hit his timing here. Looking to pick up a Satanic. I feel like this is the time that they, say, let's go, guys, kind of thing. But they have been a bit reluctant, maybe waiting for the next ages of immortality as well. Going to be interesting to see if whether we we should be able to see the net worth of all these players right now. I'm pretty sure Alchemist is staying on top with the Medusa following close behind. Terrorblade may be a very oh yeah, actually Terrorblade is actually ahead of the Medusa by a significant amount as well. So he has been keeping up with the Alk, who is on 20,000 net worth, and the Terrorblade on 80,000. So Terrorblade somehow has been able to keep up. In the meantime, with the Carapace coming through, manages to get that invest stun onto the Alk. Alk falling down really low, pops the BKB, not going to be good enough to save him, and he will get taken out, and an immediate tip by the Terrorblade, who is going to still be walking down this bottom lane. Is Pakistan going to be able to steal a set of racks here? Playing 4 vs 5 is going to be the question. And no real, they did a significant amount of damage to the bottom tier 3, but still not being able to bring it down. Maybe on round number 2 for the Terrorblade. I think the game plan for Team Pakistan here is to kind of delay the game until the Terrorblade actually comes online, and that's when things get kind of deadly, right? They have that level 1 Dagon picked up on the Nyx Assassin.
middle tower is under attack.
Bounty.
A bit of ancient being cleared up. Skadi Deadless Manta style on the Terrorblade. No real work done towards the BKB. Actually now queues it up. In the meantime, Void Spirit is also going to be working on getting that Deadless on himself, increasing that burst physical damage that he's going to be doing in these fights. Again, we have a TP top, maybe? No. They're hunting for sure. They were looking They were looking for the Terrorblade. Sorry, I mean what's there actually? Was it the Medusa who was there bottom? I mean top. Actually, they are going to be 3-man bottom here, taking up the Tormentor here. That's going to be a 3,400 gold and EXP going in favor of your team while taking away from the enemy team as well. It's so strong right now, but obviously not the easiest targets to bring down with everyone around him taking damage the more you attack and cast spells on him. Yet again, things are settling down a little bit, just a tad. We are hitting that 30-minute mark. As expected, I mean, I said at the start of the game, these guys have drafted in a way that the both teams are comfortable going late game, so we don't have any overextensions happening from the side of Team Pakistan, and Team Bangladesh also not really overextending and giving even more gold for the Bangladesh side here. The dudes seem to be taking their sweet time here to be able to go in high ground. Looking for it now though. We do have 4-man clump up at that top lane, but they need to be careful of this Terrorblade and the Void Spirit both pushing across the middle and bottom. That's going to be the first Rax that is going to be claimed. That is going to be a range Rax. Medusa still in front, standing strong. He knows that he is not the target to be able to bring down.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top barracks are under attack.
That is quite unfortunate, but the first set of racks are going to get cleared. In the meantime, bottom lane, we do see the tier 3 falling. And now the TP is coming in, they do decide to back off.
We'll take that.
Kind of got the best out of the bad situation. They are getting a tier 3 tower, but still, I mean, it is still 4 versus 5, making things extremely difficult for the Pakistan side. But so far, they have done an excellent job at keeping them or keeping Team Bangladesh at bay and finding their farm, especially on the also important Terrorblade in these engagements, who has been keeping up with this Alchemist on farm. In the meantime, Al does get caught. 2-man Impale coming out from the Nixie, the Mana Bird to follow up as well, but he does not have the damage and he will get taken out. There wasn't any follow-up. Not sure what he was thinking, but if there was follow-up though, right, I feel like would have been a really decent engagement. It's almost a ravage. They're catching 2 of the 3 heroes that was pushing towards him. But ended up going down, and now the glyph is going to get popped to try and protect this tier 3 tower mid. Alk does not care. He has AC Radiance. BKB is not too worried about anything that they do throw at him.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Ooh, they do take the mid tier 3 tower and they're looking to go throne, but in the meantime Terrorblade going to work on the top lane. They need to be careful. They claim racks in the mid lane, looking to claim the range racks as well. Death Prophet though is going to be putting a stop to that. Medusa does get caught out into the Atos here. The drive-by coming out from the Void Spirit, who jumps in and dissimulates out immediately, and now the Lich Chain Frost doing a decent amount of damage, and that's back-to-back deaths for this Neek's Assassin. And Medusa trying to TP out will get bursted down with that Mana Shield going, immediately ends up dying. I mean, it was expected. The Void Spirit cannot really fight alone into this lineup from the side of Team Current. He needs to look for those critical pickoffs prior to the fight to ensure that the fight is, fair in terms of numbers. And the other significant part is the fact that they have been able to keep this net worth lead on the side of Team Bangladesh at bay. It has been 12,000, 13,000 for the longest time and has not really gone up or down. So which means Alchemist, this is the time that Alchemist tends to kind of fall off. But I think he might have a little bit more juice left in terms of like the entire game. I feel like another 5 minutes into the game, he might just completely start falling off here.
Radiant are scanning.
Time 2 racks down for the side of Team Pakistan here. One person, I mean, it's a 4 versus 5 as well. So Pakistan has done an absolutely amazing job holding on to this game so far.
Regeneration.
Pretty silent, I must say. I expected Team Bangladesh to keep putting the pressure on, but it feels like they have also like kind of pulled the handbrakes on this.
Haste.
They are looking to meet up top here to try and push out the wave. I mean, the only reason that I can think of is that they are waiting for the next ages, and now you do see the Terrorblade overtaking the Alchemist in terms of farm. In the meantime, Bounty catches one here. The Carapace is going to get popped on the Nyx Assassin. Jump in coming through, 2-man impale, but no follow-up, and the Nyx Assassin is going to die yet again. And the Terrorblade is just freely farming away at this point, almost up to 30,000 in net worth for this Terrorblade. They will claim the Roshan, who should come with the cheese. Yes, it does. Satanic picked up as well. Looking to pick up that overwhelming blink on the Alchemist. In the meantime, they are putting pressure on this mid lane. They know that they can't take an outright fight, so the idea is to split them up and make them work for it. And right now, Team Pakistan is definitely making them work for this win here. Frost Shield going to keep that tier 3 alive for the time being, but eventually it will go down unless they do take a fight here. Terrorblade, interesting enough, did not go diffuser, so he does not consider Medusa to be that big of a threat, just due to the fact that he has a Nyx Assassin to help him out in these engagements as well. But like I said, they need to start with the Kotl. They need to be able to kill the Kotl to be able to kill the Medusa. Bit of a neutral items being picked up now. In the meantime, they do pick up a courier, and that's going to be Terrorblade picking up the Bounty's courier. Not sure what was inside it, but Terrorblade still making them really work for it. Like so much of illusions pushing in. They did manage to take that top tier T as well as a set of racks as well. And Team Pakistan actually, this is going to be really tough. Kotl is having a hard time defending this as well. Blinding Light going to keep them up for some time. Is forced to use the bulb as well. That's going to be the Will-O-Wisp being used, and they will claim a set of racks here. Team Pakistan here still alive. I'm really impressed by this. They are still able to stay strong here, making Team Bangladesh work for it. I think Team Bangladesh should have ended this game quite some time back, but Terrorblade is getting fatter and fatter and fatter, looking to pick up that Blink Dagger as well, combined into a Swift Blink, and then maybe pick up the Aghanims as well to give that extra metamorphosis that you desperately need. But really good split push coming out from him. He's probably sitting at top of the net worth. 30,000 net worth under his name. Alchemist, Medusa, and the Bounty Hunter follow Void Spirit. and the Death Prophet, of course, falling behind a little bit in terms of net, but not too far behind. In the meantime, Voidspirit jumps in. Good God, deletes the Lich immediately, and now going to work on the Bounty Hunter. The Dust is going to be there with the Impel. Bounty Hunter eats and she's trying to survive. Alchemists are still standing strong here, trying to work on the Nyx Assassin. Will find one. The Will-O-Wisp is going to be there, trying to control the Terrible. Terribly manages to spot the BKB as well. Going to work on to the Alchemist. Alchemist will get taken down. That's going to get the AG spot as well. Medusa still in the vicinity. Voidspirit still wanting to fight here. Team Bangladesh in a whole lot of trouble. Alchemist gets taken out for the second time. There is a buyback coming out from the Bounty Hunter. He wants to join the fight, but this is the time to back off. They cannot fight into this. The TB is just a little bit too fat at the end of the day, and he is just absolutely wrecking everyone. They were dodging these fights, and they have decided to fight. Pakistan is going to be on the hunt right now. This might be a set if they can hold on to this, because that's going to be a tough one, right? They don't have the Will-O-Wisp for this fight as well. They do still have the Chain Frost. There is no Stone Gaze that is going to be coming out from the Medusa as well. This is going to be a really tough fight. Buyback available for the Alchemist, but they are running it down mid right now. Can Pakistan pull this off? 4 versus 5 is going to be the question. Team Bangladesh will be kicking themselves for not ending the game when they had the opportunity, and that's might be a tier 3 tower again as well. Illusions almost killing it off. The Frost Shield keeping it alive for the time being. But good God, what a fight. What a fight for Team Pakistan. And the amount of damage that the Voidspirit did, I think it was just one Astral Step and the Lich just disappeared. The Lich has no items right now to be able to survive that, and he has immediately queued up on this. He has drums to help give even more attack speed. Like I feel like they're lacking in damage, right? They lose their Alchemist. This Medusa is not doing damage. What does the Medusa have in terms of items? I think that's going to be interesting to see, because if he has gone for this build on Medusa where you go for these heavy mana items where you're the tanky frontliner, I don't think they have the damage to deal with the Terrible. I think Alk has just come to the point that he has fallen off. I don't think he's doing enough. He is going to be queuing up that MKB, but is it going to be enough is going to be the question. It's going to be a tough one. I feel like they might have waited a little bit too much here. And now it's going to come down to who can find a pick-off here. And Terrible is still putting these illusions to absolute solid work here. He has sold his boots here. He is picking up that swift blink on this Terrorblade, doing so much of work here for his team. The split push coming out from him has been absolutely insane. The Medusa are forced to TP back to try and defend this as well. And they need someone heavy hitting to be defending this as well, right? Because the Kotl is not going to be able to deal with this terrible illusions. And the Alk or the Medusa has to always TP back to try and defend this. A tough, very tough situation for Team Bangladesh here. Game has gone beyond 40 minutes, and this is the time I feel like Team Pakistan is the strongest. They have a DD rune picked up on the Voidspirit as well. They are looking for a fight. They are looking for these engagements. Terrorblade, is that Terrorblade under smoke, or is he in this? He's under the cover of smoke. Okay, he's under this cover of smoke. They popped another smoke as well because everyone was not inside the smoke. And they're still looking for this engagement. They're waiting for someone to come forward to try and defend this creep wave, which they are not doing. Team Bangladesh on the back foot right now, trying to hold on to dear life, because this Terrorblade is going to be hammering through them. And even the Death Prophet is reasonably fat here. And I don't think the Alchemist can fight this. I don't think that they have the damage. Nyx Assassin, level 4 Dagon as well. They are waiting for someone to come back here. They might find the Alchemist. They did see him for a second here, and they immediately back off. Can they find him? Medusa is going to be TPing out. So is the Alchemist, who is going to be able to TP out into safety. They were under the cover of smoke. Bounty Hunter and the Kotl as well as the Lich is going to be under the cover of smoke for the time being. But this game might have just gone a little bit too long for them to deal with this Terrorblade and Voidspirit. Voidspirit also extremely fast. They have a Hex picked up on the Death Prophet as well. Lotus Orb to follow up. He's queuing up that Aghanim Scepter. They are extremely fat on the side of Team Pakistan here. But the net worth still in favor of the Team Bangladesh here. And good God, Terrorblade just, wow. He just demolished the Tormentor on his own with absolute ease. I was no hesitation even. Meanwhile, Nyx Assassin walks into the base, does get tracked up there. The Will-O-Wisp on top of him. Big commitment for this kill. They will find this kill though. That was too big of a commitment. They committed the Chain Frost as well onto that kill. I'm not sure why they committed so much. Might have expected people to be behind. But I mean, if you're the Nyx, you don't mind that this is happening. That's two massive ultimates just blown to kill him off. But with that, Alchemist popping the Chemical Rage here, looking for a jump in here, not going to find it. He's going to get self-stunned. No, he's not. He's going to be using it on an Illusion who was pushing through. Again, are they going to wrap around and take this fight is going to be the question. Terrorblade wrapping around. I feel like they think they're strong enough. Alchemist coming forward. Terrorblade in the vicinity. Death Prophet as well. Void Spirit will, of course, wait to find that Lich or someone to be able to take this fight. Death Prophet walks into everyone here. Medusa pops the ultimate. Terrorblade jumps in with the Terrorites coming through as well. Going to work onto the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter just gets deleted from the game. Looking for the Cotton as well. Cotton gets deleted as well. And that's a massive fight. They will take out the Will-O-Wisp as well. Double kill for that Terrorblade. And the Medusa plus the Alchemist is going to be running for their dear lives. And what a Terrorize coming out from this Terrorblade who has eaten up an Aghanims as well. This is how fat this Terrorblade is. He's on his 7th item. He's going in for his 8th item right now. If he picks up the shot, that's going to be his 8th. He does not have the moonshot. He has queued it up as well. That's going to be his 9th. This is a full-on fat Terrorblade. And Team Pakistan finishing this game up 4 versus 5. Medusa comes back in. What can he do is the question. What does Medusa have to be able to even deal with this? I mean, that's like, here's Aghanim's Octarine, right? And Butterfly. He does not have the damage. Where is the damage to deal with the Terrorblade? Terrorblade jumps back forward again. Pops the Manta. Medusa is going to get laid into here. Alchemist jumps back in. The Medusa losing all his mana. Manages to pop the cheese. Will stay alive for the time being, but immediately gets deleted. Mega kill streak for the Terrorblade. Going to work onto the Alchemist as well. And Alchemist gets pulled back by the Void Spirit. Will get deleted. Has the buyback. Will buyback into the game. And Medusa with the Stone Gates will come forward, will find that pick off onto the Void Spirit. Now the Terrorblade left alone. This guy is so tanky in the middle of everyone, trying to fight up against everyone. But the Nyx joins the fight. The Terrorite is going to be there, and that's going to be a dieback on the Medusa. Medusa deleted as well, and now looking for the Bounty Hunter as well. The Void Spirit jumps forward, who has brought back into the fight. We do have the buyback coming out from the Death Prophet as well. They take out everyone. Team Pakistan 4 versus 5, looking to finish the game. The only man surviving is going to be the Alchemist. Jumps forward onto the Terrorblade. Terrorblade is just standing so strong. He's not even dying. He finally goes down. 100 seconds down. He bites back into the fight. That's going to be everyone basically buying back into this. Alchemist will probably go down here. He's still standing strong with a Chemical Rage regeneration kicking through. Where is the Terrorblade coming from? He's going to be coming in from the bottom side. They were looking for a straight end here. That's not going to be happening here with the Lich buying back in as well. The Cottle is going to be respawning in 3 seconds. Will they die here? Terrorblade, of course, cannot afford to die. He is the strongest man on the field right now. If he goes down without buyback, that's all over for Pakistan. And he realizes that and might be backing off with the heroes on the side of Team Bangladesh spawning. They don't have... Oh, they do find the Alchemist here. If the Alchemist goes down, but the Willow is keeping him alive. Alchemist, the Terrorblade jumps in, and that's a dead Alchemist. Down without buyback for 123 seconds. They're looking for more. Willow will finally get taken out here by the Terrorblade illusions. But this, I mean, what do you do here? This is without Metamorphosis that they're doing this. They really don't have, they do have meta now, I think. If they want to use it, I think should have the BKB as well. Terrorblade going to come in from the bottom side. The Death Prophet has popped his ultimate as well. Still looking for the fight. The Terrorize is going to be there from the Terrorblade. He will delete the Cottle off the face of the earth. Now going to work onto the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter taking so much of damage. Lich, Chainfrost bouncing around here, doing absolutely no damage on this Terrorblade. Terrorblade standing so strong. The track is going to be there. Dodges it. Manages to dispel it off with that Manta style. It is mega creeps for Team Pakistan here, and now going to work on to the tier 4 towers. He blinks away. Tier 4 towers taking so much of damage. That's the first tier 4 tower going down. Going to work on the next. We have the Medusa spawning back, but Medusa just really does not have the damage. Terrorblade just whacking away at these towers. We do have the stone gates being popped. Terrible backing off for the time being. They are trying to look for the Nyx assassin. Nyx assassin taking a little bit of damage here. He will get taken out and he will buy back into the fight. And Terrible jumps back in. He wants to fight this now. We have the Void Spirit Astral stepping forward as well. The Medusa taking a little bit of damage here. He still has the mana. He does have the mana to stay alive, but the throne is in jeopardy. Throne going down. Throne down to half HP. Will Team Pakistan be able to finish it up? The Willow is going to be there. He's going to delay it for a little bit of time. The BKB is going to get popped and it's going to be GG. Team Pakistan takes it 4 versus 5 up against Team Bangladesh. What a game coming out from Team Pakistan. What a game. What an absolute blinder of a game coming out from Team Pakistan. They are taking that game 4 versus 5. Terrorblade just getting too fat to deal with, and Team Bangladesh just not ending the game when they had the chance. They thought that with the numbers advantage that they can finish the game. They had the Medusa, they had the Alchemist. It felt like they might have the heroes to deal with this, but Alchemist just falls off. Alchemist is not a late game hero. If anyone tells you that Alchemist is a late game hero, mind you, he is not. He has this power spike when he gets Radiance BKB, where he just runs into everyone and kills everything. And then the next power spike is going to be his Assault Cuirass with the Abyssal, and that's about it, right? He does not scale at all afterwards. So he just kind of falls off. Post 30 minutes, he's just gone from the game. And then you have your Medusa, who has gone for this Octarine's Aghanim's build, who does not do any damage at all to the Terrorblade. Terrorblade just, it basically tickles him at that point. And Terrorblade just got way too fat. He had the entire map under lock and key, pushing out all the lanes with these illusions. And it felt like Team Bangladesh could not end the game when they had the chance. They managed to pick up 2 ages as well, but the only objectives they got was like 1 tier 3 tower, I think 1 set of racks maybe. I don't think even they got a set of racks there. And at the same time, they could not deal with the split push that was coming out from Terrorblade. Terrorblade, every time they decided to take ages and come high ground, Terrorblade was on the other side, just pushing down tier 3 towers, going up high ground, forcing the TPs back. And mind you, they need to TP back a core to deal with this Terrorblade push that is coming through as well. Because the Kotl, the Bounty, the Lich, these three heroes cannot deal with the illusions coming out from the Terrorblade, which made it impossible kind of for them to maybe even go high ground at that point. They needed to pick off with that ages, which they were not finding. Nyx Assassin did a really good job of giving vision of where they were going around. It overall, very, very solid game coming out from Team Pakistan. They're taking that game number 1. But of course, this is the best of 3 series. We do have 2 more games in store for you. If Team Bangladesh is able to close out game number 2, we will have to wait and see. But just before we do head into game number 2, we'll be heading into a very, very short breather here. We'll be right back with game number 2 of this grand finals in the IGE Community Series. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You all are joining us live for the IGE Community Series Dota 2 country final. It is Pakistan taking on Bangladesh in this best of three grand finals. Pakistan took game number one in 4v5, no less, and we're just about to head into game number two. So, for those of you who are just joining us, a little bit of an idea of what the tournament has been. We have had four countries take part. We had Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Pakistan who took part in their individual community series, and then the top two teams from these countries went up against each other, and now we are here for the grand final. So we had a bunch of Dota 2 teams from these countries are taking part in the tournament, and it has been absolutely amazing to see the turn up, as well as all these players and their skill level that they have been playing at. And with that, we are going to be heading into the game number two draft again. We have this first pick, Nyx Assassin, coming out from Rukuzan, and a pickup White Sage. This is something that I have not seen at all on the patch. In the meantime, on the side of Covenant, they have banned out that Terrorblade after that game number one here. Picks up the Underlord, coupled up with a Rubik here. Decent opening coming out from them. They banned out the Storm Spirit as well. Spirits being so strong in the patch right now. They had taken out the Enchantress. On the other side, we have the Tinker. We did see Tinker just demolishing in the majors. We have seen 1v9 plays. That hero gets to the late game, it's just almost impossible to stop. And Ricky, obviously one of the most annoying cores slash supports, or wherever you want to put him right now in the game. It's just absolutely insanely strong. And then they have taken out the Ember Spirit as well. Again, they do take out the Meepo. Again, I'm not entirely sure why this is. Probably they know something that we don't. Covenant does have this really strong Meepo player. Probably why, I'm not entirely sure. But Meepo did get a bunch of buffs. Technically, has been made easier to play for anyone who could not play Meepo before. Where now you can get all your Meepos to poof into you with just one key. Having said that, they have taken out the Ursa, again a hero that has been around the patch just because of the ease of access to the Roshan early on, especially on the Dire side. Because by the time the Roshan comes into the Dire side, Ursa, if he does have a good laning stage, you tend to have picked up that mask with maybe a face boots or a thread to be able to do Roshan with the support of one. Slark is being picked up by Covenant. This is a very strong hero on the patch. One of my personal favorites as well. This hero is disgustingly strong. Is able to go across the map really fast due to the passive. And also the fact that he's able to go in and out of fights, the depth shroud, the shadow dance, farms reasonably fast enough with Dark Pact, especially with that level 10 skill talent where you have the the cooldown reduction on the death pact, and then you have the damage increase on death pact as well at level what is it, level 15. 15 I think, or 14, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, these things, like I mean, Slug overall is just a very strong hero, especially strong against the other cores in the patch who are strong, the likes of Sven, Terrorblade, Medusa not so much, just because of the changes onto Medusa. But yeah, overall I feel like it's one of the strongest cores in the patch right now. In the meantime, they have taken out the Pangolier and the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker ban understandable with the Slug being picked up. The answer is the Techies. Again, another hero who has come to light in this patch quite a bit. Very annoying to deal with in the laning stage, and good burst damage, and the Chaser being really good in disarming. They pick up the Legion as well. Um, Not my favorite. I mean, you can argue for this matchup, right? Like the Legion Slark matchup in the lane. I feel like this is Slark favored. I might be biased here just because I'm a massive fan of the hero, but I feel like that is a bit Slark favored depending on the support that they want to couple the Slark up with. I feel like Legion might have a little bit of trouble, but having said that, they can. I like the draft coming out from Rakuzan, right? Just because of the fact that I really don't know where these heroes are going. Is it a Wise Edge mid? Is it a Nyx Assassin support? Is it a Techie support? Legion is definitely a core, but where is he laning? Probably offlane, right? So who is the Legion commander being coupled up with is going to be the question mark here. Is it going to be the Techies or the Nyx Assassin or even the Vice Edge for that matter? We will have to wait and see. So very open-ended draft coming out from Rakuzan, keeping the enemy team guessing a really good startup to their draft. They're able to deal with a lot of these things. Visage inertly, I feel like hasn't been that. He did get buffed, but hasn't been seen around the patch. Oh, Covenant actually picks up the Void Spirit this time around. Very strong. I think I spoke about this in game number one as well. It's just really strong right now in the patch, able to get in and out of fight just like the Slark. The physical damage built on this Void Spirit is insane. We saw the previous game
10
when
seconds
Rakuzan played
remaining.
this Void Spirit, him being able to delete
5 seconds
multiple
remaining.
supports just instantly with that Astral Step. Once you get like 20 Desolator charges with like Echo Saber coupled up with the Daedalus or something, like you can towards the later game just delete support heroes off the map, and just really annoying to deal with as well. It's a very nimble hero, not easy to catch up to. Does does really well in the patch, and it's
Radiant
another hero that
shrine
can
fall.
rotate early as well, right? That's the other thing. uh,
Dire
the current
team
map is as such,
back.
I feel like mid lane is just a pure 1v1 matchup. We won't see a lot of supports rotating into the mid lane, and Void Spirit is someone who can rotate out early. As soon as you hit level 6, you're able to just go into a side lane, get a kill, and come
Radiant's
back up
team back.
as well. And he just moves around so fast with his astral steps as well. PL has been taken out, another disgustingly strong hero in the patch. I think that's another hero that Slark might suffer again a bit, but we have seen Slarks going in for his Radiance build up against PLs, which works really effectively, like
10
is really
seconds
effective as
remaining.
well. The Jakiro being banned out in response by
5
Rakuzan,
seconds
waiting for the
remaining.
last ban coming out from Covenant. I really don't know
Dire
what
team pick.
Rakuzan is looking for here in terms of a hero. I mean, Covenant, they are looking for their last support, right? It's a Void Spirit mid, Underlord offlane, Slark carry, Rubik foremost probably. So they're looking for their 5 support on the side of Covenant. But on the side of Rakuzan, maybe, what are they looking for? Are they looking for a mid here?
10
Or is
seconds
it the
remaining.
Visage mid? Um, mm,
5 seconds
Visage,
remaining.
Visage, I mean, might be mid here. I honestly do not know what Rakuzan is thinking. We'll have to wait and see. They do have quite a bit of reserve time to think on this and what they want to play here. Definitely a very skilled team to be able to play any hero that they desire. We saw how good they were in controlling the map and how well they played the game with a man down in that first game in the series. So definitely a very skilled team. Let's see who they pick up as the last. Uh, I don't know whether it's a core or support. I'm just lost. I'm trying to think of what they can pick up here. I'm assuming it's going to be their carry, right? They don't have a carry. This is going to be the final, just heavy hitting carry that they're looking at. I feel like, but with the PL taken out, I don't think Medusa is that great here. PA is an option. Hmm,
Radiant team pick.
who do they go with? They go with the. Oh, they pick up the Alchemist this time around. All right. I honestly don't mind. I feel like the Slug just performs a little bit better against the Alch. But again, this goes back to what I was talking about, the Alchemist having his power spikes, right? This Alchemist needs to be active, post his Radiance, get BKB,
10
and just
seconds
run at your
remaining.
enemy, right? You cannot afford to sit back and farm, right? That's the Alchemist
5
super power
seconds
spike. Like
remaining.
BKB Radiance is like you run at your enemy. And there is very little that the enemy can do as well, like the lineup that Current has right now. They are going to suffer a little bit when the Alchemist starts running in. The Rubik is not going to be able to do anything. The Underlord, yes, he's very tanky. He's going to be able to deal, but they do negate some of that tankiness with the acid spray that is going to be coming through as well. Right now, they don't really have that burst that is required for the Alchemist. But having said that, as the game goes late, Slug just gets really, really strong against the Alch later on in the game. So they do pick up the A. They had that position 5 in the back pocket. They pick up that A as the counter for the Alch. But what happens now is they don't have the strongest of
5
lanes, I feel
seconds
like.
remaining.
I feel like the Slug A lane is going to suffer a bit. And also, they don't really have, like, proper. Hmm. uh, how do I say this? Like proper disables, right? You're relying on your Astral Step, your telekinesis, which is not that great until the Ruby gets a bunch of levels. I guess the proper stun that you're looking at is the Underlord Pit of Malice, and he will build into probably an Atos. But the good part about this, you have this core that will build into Crimson Guard, will build into Pipe against this lineup on Rakuzan. I feel like overall, I feel like this is an evenly matched draw from either side. Um, Hard to say which way this will swing. Looking at previous heroes that has been picked up in the major, thinking about that, I feel like I'm preferring the draft coming out from Covenant just because if the game goes late, this Slark is just going to get really, really strong, provided that the Legion Commander does not get out of control, right? This Legion Commander needs to be kept in check where he does not just, gets a ton of dual damage under his belt. If that happens, I feel like the draft coming out from the Radiant Idea Team Covenant from Bangladesh is going to have a much, much better game. But that's just draft opinion, and that's just my opinion. I might be wrong here. But let's see what happens with game number 2 that is going to be starting up.
I was told there'd be a mushroom cloud.
And so you die.
Prepare for battle.
All right, initial smoke here going in for the bottom rune here. We have the Rubik, the Void Spirit, and the Slark coupled up with who was that? That was Ye, right? It looked a bit weird. So we have all 5 heroes moving bottom. So I think it is going to be another trade of runes, just like last game, where they do trade of runes, but they actually want to take a fight here, and they might be strong, I think, to take the fight. Legion actually might be smelling something, will back off. I think he smelled trouble there, so he will back off and will play it safe. So it's going to be another 2-for-2 rune trade here. Previous time around, though, they managed to grab 3 runes, but this time around, with all 5 players back for Pakistan, they are not probably going to be contesting the other rune, or rather, they shouldn't be, unless they go as 5. Oh, Legion Commander just hanging around here, looking to see whether they do have an opportunity to pick up a rune. Nyx Assassin decided to walk into tower range and immediately pings out a ward. Was there a ward? No, there isn't a ward. I think he just walked into tower vision, right? It has nothing to do with ward vision there, and yeah. So it is a Vice Edge mid with a Legion safe lane. And an Alk off lane? No, wait. Oh, Legion was just portling bottom. Okay. I was like, what is happening? Okay. So Legion just took the portal bottom, and he will go into the lane. Slark and A is just going to keep him at bay for the time being until the supports come through. But with 4 heroes chopped, or rather 3 heroes chopped, they will clean up the Underlord to grab first blood for Iris, the man who was on the Terrorblade in game number 1, off to a flying start yet again. And Legion Commander is going to get pressured for the time being now. Slark just getting a couple of right clicks in, stealing a little bit of stats, just pressuring the Legion Commander outer lane, making sure that he is not getting any last hits whatsoever until his support comes around. And the support has no plans of coming here anytime soon by the looks of it. Oh no, he's back here. Okay. Took the ports. I was wondering where he was for a second. Interesting matchup mid. I have not seen this matchup. I don't think I have ever seen it. Visage versus Void Spirit. I don't think Void Spirit has killing potential on the Visage as soon as he hits 6. Oh! Oh no! Mr. Wukong goes down on the bottom lane to the Legion and the Nyx Assassin. I don't think he had level 2. Otherwise, there was no way that he went down. Yeah, he does not have level 2. And might have played it a little bit too aggro into the creeps. I think the creeps were a little bit too much, and maybe took damage from the creeps as well. Bit of pulling happening on that top lane. Tech is making sure that the wave is pulled back so that the Alchemist can farm safely. Nyx Assassin, in the meantime, trying to keep this A at bay here. A uses, Cold Pit, but it does not latch, with him being able to get enough distance from the point of cast here. In the meantime, I feel like this Underlord is going to be able to... This is a trade-off of farm, right? Both these players are just going to trade farm. Firestorm versus Acid Spray, it's just a classic you farm, I farm, we both farm and see what happens kind of thing, right? And Underlord should not be pressured too hard, or if at all in that lane. I don't think the Tekis does enough to harass the Underlord out of the lane. Oh, they pick up the Rubik though. Decent damage coming through from the Tekis. A couple of sticky bombs coming through to deal the damage and to clean it up. And Iris is up to 2 kills in that lane. It is a very solid start for the Alchemist to start things off. Slark in the meantime taking quite a bit of damage. Mid lane matchup is going even right now, 17-17 between the two. Alk behind last hits compared to the Slark, but he has picked up 2 kills, right? That's what's important. Who cares about last hits and objectives as long as I'm killing someone? Which is not true, guys. You know, I'm just joking around. But yeah, they do. Yeah, it is a pretty even matchup in the mid lane, and the Slug is, even though he did die once, he is getting decent last hits in the lane. Has got up to level 3. Meanwhile, Alp needs to be careful. Down to low HP, and he will get bursted down. Fate Bolt and the Firestorm to follow up. Just playing at the edge of life. They cut through the tree and make it happen, and the Alp is finally brought down in that lane. Very important kill. I think if he was allowed to just free farm like that, it might have been a little bit tough. And I don't think he should have gone down there. He should have played it a lot safer. Like I said, this is not a lane that either of these players should be dying. Well, I stand corrected. Missteps from both players costed them. Oh, meanwhile, Rubik picks up a courier as well. That's the Alp courier being killed off. Water runes being traded off mid as well. Again, Firestorm just clearing out the neutral camps here. Now, this time around, though, Alchemist, the Underlord should be a little bit careful here. We have a concussion being queued up top lane. They use it onto the Rubik and they clean up and grab another kill to Iris. Iris is 3-1 on this Alchemist. It's not a lane that should be feeding through, but the Alchemist seems to be finding kills after kills here on this lane. He did go down once, but he is making up for it. Might be a pretty early Radiance on this Alch. Like, if he gets a Radiance at 10 minutes, that's going to be disastrous. That's like really, really good timing for the Alp to get like 10 minutes Radiance. And he is getting reasonably close. He's not going for the naked Radiance. He is picking up his threads before he looks for the Radiance as well. And I really don't think the Rubik should be playing out of bounds here. It doesn't need to, right? Like, you farm with Firestorm, he farms it acid spray. Like, you need to trade off the farm here. You cannot afford to give farm as well as kills to the Alchemist. Yeah, initial, I think Lotus was picked up by the Neeks on the bottom lane, or maybe the A, or maybe I didn't catch it properly. In the meantime, mid, we might have, the Impel is going to get dodged, and Hash manages to pick up the haste. And it's going to be zooming out of there. Bit of a mistake and an immediate sorry being called out by Xander there for not being able to pick up the haste rune there. He missed out on the Impel, completely expected to walk forward. Meantime, Legion getting a bit, manning up there a little bit with the Nyx Assassin coming back into the lane. Manages to pick up a Lotus as well. Going to keep him healthy in the lane. I mean, these Lotuses are very important, right? Just because of the fact that the number of heals that you can have in the lane has been nerfed. It's just so important to have these because the number of mangoes, the number of tangos, the number of salves you can buy has been curtailed and like limited. So you need to be able to get these. In the meantime, there was a bit of a D-ward happening. Hash manages to pick up an Observer ward kill. Small victories for him, grabbing a bit of gold there. Mid lane though, both heroes having grabbed their level 6, no real movements have been seen. We have the Familiars out and about for the Visage. And we do see the Void Spirit making his first rotation. Alchemist needs to be careful. He does have level 6 on the top lane though. Alchemist manages to pop his ult. He's regening for the time being. There is another Astro Step. I think he uses it, and this might be a dead Alch. No, still regening through. But Storm Rage picks up the kill onto Iris. So the first official rotation coming out from the Void Spirit being very, very successful. Managing to pick up the co-Alchemist on that top lane, delaying his timing on that Radiance.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
A lot of couriers seem to be killed off this time around. Xander picks up Wukong's courier, making up for missing that Impale near the rune.
Dire's top tower
Oh, who
is
got
under
those
attack.
creeps? Was it the Slug? I think it was the Slug, right? Not entirely sure.
See them cower before us.
But yeah, Alchemist has returned and decided to go into that top jungle to farm safely. will be working towards this Radiance safely as possible.
Dire's top tower
Giving
is under
maybe
attack.
looking to give the Techies a little bit of
Radiant's
EXP,
bottom
but the Techies
tower
has
is
moved
under
out from that
attack.
lane as well. They are going to be letting that
Dire's top tower has
Underlord
fallen.
free farm. In the meantime, we have a smoke up from the A plus Void Spirit and the Rubik looking and hunting for this. They have pinged out where he is exactly, and we have the Rubik moving forward.
Radiant's
They
middle
do spot him
tower
out now
is under
with the
attack.
smoke breaking up, and they will get the lift off onto the Alchemist. Alchemist is on the ult. The jump forward is going to be there, and they will manage to bust him down immediately. Good burst damage coming out from the side, and a really good smoke rotation coming out from them as well. Iris with the tip Storm Rage as well for picking up the kill.
Radiant's middle
Well, there was a bit of a banter at the end of last game as well. There was a bit of a question mark coming out from Iris at the end of that last game while he was taking the racks. But this time around, he might not be that confident with the start that he's having, gone down multiple times. But to be fair, he died multiple times on the Terrorblade on the top lane as well, which he was soloing 1v2. So right now, I really don't mind the Visage pick because they have this core that can build up. Oh, meanwhile, they do jump forward. The Astral Step, the Ether Remnant is going to be there, but it is not going to be enough to hold the Visage down. And he is going to be able to walk away from there. Void Spirit down on mana, down under, and the Legion Commander working towards his Blade Mail. Prior to the Vanguard, he picked up the ring. Might have just been a lane sustain item. He's sitting at the highest number of last hits for his team as well, with Edge following close behind with 64 last hits. And Void Spirit has been able to keep up. Slark is the only one who has kind of fallen behind. I don't think he minds too much. He should be able to catch up. He has moved to the top lane, probably the safest side, and Void Spirit manages to pick up an invis road.
Not gone.
No sentries or dust. He manages to bottle up, and he's going to be able to get away into safety. With all of that, of course, Pakistan side is going to be having that net worth lead just because of that Alchemist, obviously. But does not have as much CS, but probably is top of net worth or like somewhere close. And again, another courier goes down, and this time around it's going to be Mr. Underlord's courier that's going to be taken out. So tanky though. Legion Commander was not even doing damage to him. God. I think he hit him like thrice, did no damage. Yeah, the Vanguard, Helm picked up, looking to pick up that Crimson Guard as well. Really good against the lineup on the side of Pakistan. I mean, Familiars, Alchemist, Legion Commander. Really good item to have really early on. Some might argue for the pipe because of techies and Nix, but I personally feel like their objective is to make sure that this Legion Commander and the Alchemist doesn't get out of hand, and the Slark and the Void Spirit will be able to do the rest. Meanwhile, top lane, we might see another get go on to the Alch, and they will find the kill with the teleport coming through from the Underlord. As well, they're looking for more here. The duel is going to be there. They pick up the kill onto the A. The turnaround, is it going to be good enough? Void Spirit in trouble, down to low HP. He will get taken out as well. So 2 kills going in favor of Team Pakistan. Looking for more. Rubik is going to be the next in line here, and he gets shut down. A good reaction coming out from Team Pakistan here. They reacted immediately. They did end up losing the Alchemist, but they don't mind. They managed to find the Void Spirit and the 2 supports. They're going to be very happy with that. Not going to be able to chase for more, and they did manage to pick up that first dual damage on the Legion Commander as well. Alchemist is going for that Naked Radiance, so it is a bit delayed now, having died multiple times. This might be around, 14 minutes-ish when he gets the Radiance, so probably not the ideal timing. Ideal timing would have been like 12, 13. So it's going to get pushed back a little bit. Not going to be too worried about it. His Legion Commander is doing well. His Visage is doing well. In the meantime, we have the Void Spirit jumping forward. The burst is going to be enough. There is the lift up. Void Spirit is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. The silence coming through from the techies as well, but they do not find a kill. And now the Pit of Malice as well as the Firestorm onto the Legion Commander. Legion Commander dropping down low here, but still doing a-okay. Visage standing strong, manning up, walking forward. I'm the raid boss right now. And he is going to be able to push the entirety of Team Bangladesh back. So it looks like the Void Spirit is actually going back to the magic build by the looks of it. is going to go for that Kaya and Sanj and Kaya. We normally do see the Desolator into the Echo Saber into the Desolator build, but he seems to have opted for that magic build. Slark, of course, an extremely slow start here. He is building up into, what is he building up into? The diffusal. I think he picked up the diffusal, maybe going in for a Sanjay Nyasha. Yeah, he picks up the diffusal. Not too bad. Meanwhile, we have a TP top here trying to go to work onto this Neeks Assassin with the Underlord Rift coming through, and they will pick it up. A good rotation. I mean, doesn't really cost them too much, right? Like, no TP is costed. They can immediately TP back into where they came from. So nothing lost in terms of, you know, farming time there. They TP in, take them out, and go back to where they came from. Legion Commander now working towards that Blink Dagger. Going to be getting a lot more active, jumping on into AAs and Rubik's in this game. I'm interested to see the net worth on all these players right now. I'm like, it should be the Alchemist, right? Yeah, Alchemist. Oh, Team Pakistan still 3 players ahead of the net worth. Now, this is not just the Alchemist, right? The Legion Commander is doing really well. The Visage is doing really well. And the 3 cores, especially the Slark, is a good 1,500 gold behind everyone else. And now Radiance has been picked up on the Alchemist, and he's not even going for the BKB. This guy is so confident. He's going for the BO3 dagger, and that is what is queued up right now. And they do find the Alchemist here. The blast fly out as well. Alch is going to be in a whole lot of trouble here, and he will get popped down again. They keep finding this kill onto the Alchemist, and they keep hunting him. But the thing is, the rest of the players on the side of Team Pakistan are doing extremely well. And now the Blade Mail duel comes up, and the Void Split gets deleted. They might find the Rubik here as well. Rubik falling down low. A couple of more right clicks, and they do find him. They find another 2 heroes dead for that kill onto the Alchemist. Every time they kill the Alchemist, they find kills in return. But now Slark joins the fight, finds the first kill here, looking for more. The Techies with the suicide, keeping the Slark at bay here. The Shadow Dance is going to get popped, and he needs to get out. He does not have the damage to fight up against this, and the Underlord will fall as well. So they lose through 2 heroes, and they find 3 in return. Not too shabby at all. And with the Blink Dagger picked up on the Legion Commander, he has queued up the AC. So the Alch does not seem to be going for the AC, I guess. So it is going to be the Legion Commander. Tekis is looking to pick up that Aghanim Scepter. Fairly even game so far. In the meantime, Alchemist might get caught up yet again in the mid lane. The A Blast flies out, and the duel is going to come through. Alchemist is going to be able to walk away, and Void Spirit gets bursted down with the duel. Rubik goes down, so does the A. Double kill for Xander. Legion Commander will pay for it with his life, but what a turnaround. Team Pakistan this time around was ready for it. They knew that they will jump this Alchemist, and the reaction was instantaneous. Immediately jump in duel onto the Void Spirit and gets deleted. In the meantime, Slark looking for a kill onto Xander here. Xander manages to get the impel off, trying to walk away, hiding inside the trees. No way does it survive. But Slark changes targets, goes on to the Techies. The Chaser doing some work, but the Techies will die, keeping Xander alive live and kicking to fight another day. I mean, he is working towards that 4-star, which is going to be important. And from the looks of it, so Aghanim is the next item of choice for this Void Spirit. Like I said, he is playing that magic build-up. So no damage items being picked up on him. It is going to be that double silence that is going to be coming up for him with the Resonant Pulse and Aghanim Scepter. Alchemist, what did he pick up? He bought an item. Don't tell me he picked up the dagger still. I mean, he's delaying this BKB. He did pick up the dagger. Very confident, I must say. I personally don't like it. He picks up BKB here. Team Pakistan just runs at you, right? There's nothing, absolutely nothing that Covenant can do with the BKB Alch at this point, right? But he goes for the dagger, and now he's queuing up the heart. So he has no plans of getting the BKB, which is going to delay his power spike. And now in the meantime, they do find Miss Void Spirit walking around, and we have the TPs coming in. They are looking for a return kill onto the techies at least, and they will find it with the A blast to fly through. But the Nyx Assassin coming through with the Impel to try and find the Slug. Slug falling down low, manages to pop the Shadow Dance, looking to get out. Alchemist joins the fight with that Blink Dagger reveal. The Rubik is going to be the one going down to this, and they will pick up 2 here. In the meantime, Nyx Assassin fighting up against the Underlord, but the Visage is going to be there as well, and they find 3 kills for the position 5 techies. Team Bangladesh definitely not happy at this point. We do have a stun being queued up. Alchemist TPing bottom, looking for a kill here, but he's going to be stunning himself with the Slug just walking away and being able to get out. So he has also queued up an AC. Is Legion and Alk both trying to go for AC? Please no. Okay, Legion is thankfully. Okay, someone is going BKB at this point. I mean, this is what I don't get, right? Like you see this happening in a lot of games where you get ahead. When you're ahead, you build items to survive. Like you don't need more damage. You're already out damaging them, right? You build survivability items so that your damage is already good enough, and you build items that you can end the game with. Not give the enemy the chance to be able to fight back. And BKB is one of these items when you have the damage that is necessary to take a fight, you turn around. Oh, meanwhile, we have a fight breaking out here. Nyx Assassin comes through, the Impel is going to be there, but the lift up onto the Nyx Assassin, they burst him down. But the Slug does not have Shadow Dance here. And we have the side of Team Pakistan just backing off. They don't want to be a part of it. Alchemist in the meantime has TP'd up top. He's looking to take that tier 1 tower. Oh, we have a rift going through. They are looking to catch the Alchemist. Alchemist trying to walk away here. Will they catch him up in top lane? They're chasing him down. Void Spirit has vision on him. The Astral Step, he's still holding on to it. The Resonant Pulse is going to be there. He misses out on the Ether Remnant. There is a slow here. The A Blast flies out. The Rubik lift off is going to be there as well. They're going to work on this Alk, and they will find that kill. Alk dead for another 45 seconds. My man, if you had BKB, you just BKB and TP out. That Blink Dagger is not doing anything for you. This is the thing, right? Like, not going BKB is allowing Team Bangladesh to be able to find these kills, be able to find a way to come back into this. That's my grievance with not going BKB when you're this far ahead. Your 8k gold ahead, your Legion Commander is doing extremely well, your Visage is doing well, your Alk is doing well. So get BKB, get your objectives, go Roshan, take Aegis, find another kill, and look to go high ground. I mean, that should be the game plan. In the meantime, Nyx falling behind the Rubik, but there is a Slug in the vicinity. He was not able to get the kill onto the Rubik, and now Slug is just going to turn around. The burst is going to be there, and Wukong picks up another stat to his name. Little by little, he's building up on that agility that is desperately required. 4 staff a little bit away for the Nyx Assassin, so this bounce is not going to be as effective. Tech is looking to pick up that Aghanim Scepter. He's around 1,200 gold away from it. Actually, around 1,400. We haven't seen anyone go on these Tormentors yet, right? I don't think the Radiant side has decent damage to take the Tormentor. But on the side of Pakistan, they have Alk, they have Legion, they have good sustain, damage mitigation. Meanwhile, like I said, Pipe, Crimson both picked up, looking to pick up that Heaven's Halberd as well, which is going to get really good against the Legion Commander if he does not pop BKB, and even against the Alk. Decent item. In the meantime, Visage has picked up an Orchid. Vladimir is offering. Looking to complete the Wraith, sorry, not the Wraith Pact. I keep forgetting the item. What's the other one of the Wraith Pact? The Helm of the Dominator upgrade. Is that what he's going for? No, right? He's going for the Wraith Pact, right? I'm pretty sure he's going for the Wraith Pact, yeah. Yeah, it is the Wraith Pact, right? That's the build-up for Wraith Pact. In the meantime, Alk's courier gets sniped. So many couriers died this game compared to last game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Still anyone's game. I think this is all going to come down to how good of a game this Slug is going to have. It's going to be key for Team Bangladesh to be able to turn this game around. And of course, if Team Pakistan does not throw this, by not getting BKB at some point. Alk maybe will get BKB now at least. Oh yeah, finally queued up after AC also. Okay. So he goes to 3 items before the BKB. In the meantime, Rubik gets caught out. He will get deleted. A 2-man impel, almost a ravage. AA blast flies out, but the AA is gonna go back to base with that death. Good pick off. Didn't really expend too much. Just the Vandera there to be used. Slark looking to pick up that Aghanim Scepter to be able to jump in and out of the fight. A good pick up for him. He needs to have that sustain. Maybe a BKB later on. I don't think it's highly necessary this game, if at all, a Lincoln's to deal with the Legion duel, if at all. Otherwise, I don't think BKB is that necessary. Maybe to negate the Radiance damage and the mischance that comes out from the Radiance, maybe because of that. But his BKB is not super important. So as a Slark player, you don't really always want to go BKB. Like a good Slark game is a game where you don't have to go BKB. It's just being able to rely on your Dark Pack throughout the entire game. But majority of the games, I mean, at some point you might get forced to go BKB, but I really don't think he needs BKB in this game. Maybe build into a little bit more stats. Or they are doing the Torment, I think, on top there with the Underlord, Slark, and the A. They are looking to pick up the Tormentor. And they will pick up the Shard onto the A. Slark, in the meantime, does get spotted out by the... Oh, there is a Sentry. There is a Sentry, Mr. Neeks, and he will get taken out. He was going on a bit of a scouting mission, and the Sentry does the work for them, and they will pick up another stat, another agility stat on the Slark here.
Radiant's middle tower is under
We have the tier 2 neutral items being picked up. We have the Dragon Scale on the Underlord. BKB completed on the Legion Commander, looking for a fight here even without a player down. He jumps in, the Slark manages to get the Dark Shadow Dance out, and he's able to disengage. So that's a 10-second BKB, or rather, sorry, 9-second BKB wasted. I keep saying 10 seconds. Mind you, BKB was 10 seconds like ages ago, not recently. Alk now working towards his BKB. I think he has picked it up. I mean, Team Pakistan needs to be winning fights now, right? With, oh no, another courier. No, not like this. Legion Commander jumps in, going in for the duel. This is not going to kill the Underlord. He popped the Crimson as well as the pipe. The air blast flies out onto 2 heroes. They want to try and fight this. Slark jumps in as well with the Void Spirit. They're looking for the Legion Commander. Legion Commander falling down low. The force staff is not going to save him. They will find the Legion. They will find the Neeks Assassin as well. Now Alchemist wants to join the fight. Alchemist, quite strong. He has the BKB, but he cannot fight this. He just cannot fight this. It might be a little bit too late in the day. I feel like they are going to be looking on to the Alchemist as well. Alchemist turns around, pops the BKB. We have the Shadow Dance popped on the Slark. Slark backing away for the time being. Underlord so tanky. That's not the target that the Alchemist wants to go at. And they are still trying to fight this now. Slark wanted to turn around. He wants to fight this. We have a portal from the Underlord as well. Slark looking for the Techies here. The Taser is going to be there. Techies suiciding forward. He's going to be able to get the TP out. No, the lift is going to be there with the the Void Spirit jumping in with the Astral Step, as well as the Ether Remnant coming through to stop the TPs, and they will find the kill. So they will find 3 in that, or rather actually 3, because they found the Nyx Assassin before. So right now, Team Bangladesh turning things around. Alchemist has found a DD rune, though. He's going to be working on that bottom lane. Again, going for this split push that he did with this Terrorblade. But how effective is this going to be? Because there comes a point that the Slark is going to be able to jump at you. Oh, we have a duel. Top lane, Rubik is going to get deleted here. Can he kill off the Rubik? Though, yeah, he can. He will find that dual damage. Very important. 102 dual damage to his name now. He is going to be building into a Shadow Blade now. Bottom lane in the meantime pushed out. Then they're doing Roshan. So this is going to be a queue, right? Because the bottom lane is hitting at tier 3 towers and there's no one there. So Roshan is the obvious choice here, and they will pick up that Aegis on the Slark. Not too much damage on the tier 3, and that Rubik actually bought enough time for the team to be able to do Roshan safely. Nyx Assassin now following through on the Slark. Legion Commander does not have the duel up and ready, so they cannot go for this play. And he will back off, and I think the Slark realized that the Nyx was following him, just using the Dark Pact for good measure. Couple of Lotuses available. We have the experience rune picked up, or sorry, the wisdom rune picked up. I think by this by the AA here, he will probably pick it up. Yes, it does. 1120 EXP going in his favor. The EXP rune on the dice side still available, the 28-minute Mark 1.
This will do nicely.
Titan Sliver picked up on Slack as well, giving him that extra oomph that he needs in these fights. You have a Torment up as well. Something that I saw from Team Pakistan is they're not too interested in these small objectives like the. I mean, Torment is no longer a small objective. That's like a big objective, to be fair. That's like 1,400 gold EXP. Sorry, 1,400 gold, 1,400 EXP and gold that you're taking away from the enemy team, as well as gaining yourself. So that's essentially like 2,800 gold for yourselves, right? In the meantime, Wukong, finds the solo kill. Was it a solo? Maybe not. Does find a kill onto the Visage. So this is the time that Slark technically shines, right? He is going to be looking for these solo kills. He is going to be that assassin in the night. And he's going to jump onto the Techies here. Techies with that Aghanim Scepter pops the ultimate. Techies trying to suicide through. Is it going to be enough damage? Slark obviously does have the Aegis. The Aegis gets popped. Can they fight? This is going to be the question. Alchemist is going to be chipping in. Duel is not going to be there. They will find the duel onto the Void Spirit. Slark bouncing away, trying to survive here. Where is the support? They are backing off. Underlord is not going to be there anytime soon. The Slark turns around, trying to work onto the Tech. Slark will get bursted down, and that's a very, very unfortunate fight. They were not able to find the Techies right off the bat. The reaction was there, diving under the tier 2 tower. The TPs were good enough, and the Underlord not being around just really costing them. Oh, good God. Oh, good God. He just survived with like, I don't know, 150. Like 50 HP? 150 HP, maybe? Like, it would have taken like one right click from the Legion for sure. So Teki is also now building into a 4-star, which is really good against the Slark. Mass 4-star is always a thing. In the meantime, they're looking for the... Oh, they might actually find the Alchemist in the bottom lane here. They do find him, but can they bring him down? The A Blast flies out, might have been a little bit too early, and it misses. He pops the BKB and walks away. He does not have mana. They do see the Techies, though. They might get him in return. Techies again pops his landmines with his Aghanim Scepter, but he will end up falling down. That's 43 seconds on the ground. Techies baiting himself to make sure that the Alchemist gets away scot-free. Nyx Assassin is going to be in the vicinity looking for a kill here. Might find the Rubik if he really wants to. Slark is going to be there though. The Impel onto 2 heroes. He does find the kill onto the Rubik. Slark bounces forward. He's looking for the kill. The duel is going to be there onto the Void Spirit. The Dark Pact is not going to be there, and the Slark the Depth Shot is not going to be there, and the Slark is going to be able to pounce himself away from there. Mind you, Depth Shot is an instant counter to duel. We have an Orchid, but he managed to get the Dark Pact out. So what was I saying? Depth Shot, right? Depth Shot is an instant counter to duel. But as I say that, we do have the A who was trying to get out, getting caught out and dying. Depth Shot is so important against the duel. As soon as the target gets duel, you pop Depth Shot, the duel just cancels out. It just goes away. But in the meantime, we have Team Pakistan finally going high ground. Dex, the tier 3 A Blast flies out onto the Visage. Just clip the AA. They're looking for a fight though, not really being able to find it. There is no ATOS other than to stop them inside the Pit of Malice. So they are going to be able to walk away from this. So they lose their first tier 3 tower. Again, Team Pakistan managing to breach high ground here. Legion Commander getting a little bit out of control here. Has picked up the Silver Edge now looking for another kill. This Void Spirit cannot afford to die to this duel. That is going to be the key. Void Spirit might get caught out here. Legion Commander, does he have the blink length here? Or the range, rather. Or A might be the one to walk into this, and he will get taken out. 196 duel damage for him now. Unfortunate for him. Dissimulate, and he's out. Slark really, really desperately needs his shot to be able to save his teammates from getting dueled. Oh, he has it now, so he has the Depth Shroud now. he is going to be able to save anyone who gets dueled. He is queuing up that BKB. Probably figures he needs it against his Nyx Assassin Visage familiar stuns. He's looking to pick that up, and against the Alchemist Radiance as well. He needs to be able to stand and fight. Oh no, the Void Spirit he does get forced up, but the Impel is going to be there. He gets deleted, and now the Rubik is going to be in trouble as well. He goes down. Depth Shot not doing much. It was off point, and they will go down. That's 3 heroes dead for a considerable amount of time, and this might be another tier 3 tower. Can the Firestorm defend this effectively is going to be the question. They are trying to go on this Slug wants to fight this against the Legion Commander. Alchemist jumping forward onto the Underlord. Underlord gets duelled. He goes down. That's another duel. And the Slug goes down as well. Unfortunate. That's a full 5-man team fight. The A-Blast flies out, but there is nothing. There's absolutely nothing as follow-up, and they will claim a set of racks. Team Bangladesh seems to be getting caught out in unnecessary places, and again and again and again, one by one, like dominoes, they fall, and they will claim the AA who just spawned into the game as well. Things are looking now a little bit bleak for the side of Team Bangladesh here. Team Covenant in all sorts of trouble. Lincoln's now being queued up by the Void Spirit. He cannot afford to get duel. He needs to be able to jump in onto the backline. Silence. Oh no, the Alchemist so strong, jumps forward. Ether Eminent is going to be there. Nyx Assassin wants to join the fight. The lift up is going to be there. Not going to be good enough. They're looking for a duel, but the Dissimilate is going to get him out of trouble. But that's a Rubik dead again. One by one, they don't have all 5 heroes for a single fight. Oh, Techies with the landmines there, doing so much of damage. Techies jumps forward. There is going to be a stun, but he managed to dissimulate out in time. A Blast flies out. Alchemist with BKB on, going to work on the Underlord. Underlord tanky enough. Can he survive through this? The Impel is going to be there. And now the duel target got the duel. 65 seconds on the ground. This might just be all over. Underlord goes down. 70 seconds. That's going to be another set of racks for sure. Can the Void Spirit do anything? He does not have damage. He went for the magic build. A with the Carapace getting stunned up, and the Alchemist wants to jump forward. He pops the Glimmer Cape. He is going to survive. Oh, we have the Nyx getting caught on purpose here, trying to bait them forward. Nyx will go down. Legion Commander almost getting a couple of hits. Oh, he does not have the duel actually. He goes down. Diving Fountain and getting killed off. And was that like, why? What was he brought back? Alright. In Pakistan, a little bit of throws here and there, giving Bangladesh a fighting chance here. I mean, I really don't like this magic build-up on the Void Spirit. He has not had the impact that is needed. He had early game impact, but that could have been done with the core build-up that he would have gone for as well. Like Echo Saber Desolator would have done the same thing. I don't think this Aghanim's Sanjan Kaya is justified. I really don't. Wait. That was a misclick, right? Slug popped Shadow Dance. 40 seconds. Oh no, another courier. Courier! Chicken, fly away! Oh, they jump forward onto the Nyx Assassin, gets caught to the Ether Eminent as well. The stun is going to be there from the Rubik, so that's the dieback on the Nyx. Good pickup. Xander getting a bit overzealous. Now Slug wants to get this experience rune, trying to get that level 20 as fast as possible. Maybe get the shard, but I don't think he can do it alone, right? Like there's no way that he does the Tormentor alone. Slug is not a hero that can do the Tormentor alone unless he has like a lot of stats like built up. Slug pops the Shadow Dance yet again. He's just so afraid of getting dueled right now. He's supposed to stop pop Shadow Dance right off the bat. Oh no, Arc jumps in with a maximum stun here onto the Underlord. And that's going to be the A deleted. No A blast for the fight, and the duel is going to be the depth shot, cancelling it out for the time being. They want to try and fight this Slug, going to work onto the Legion Commander, but Legion Commander stands strong. Slug dead for 70 seconds. Now they are looking for more the Legion breaks the Underlord here. Is it going to be good enough? Is going to be the question. And they will find the Underlord as well. That's 4 heroes dead. Rubik buys back, want to try and but Rubik might just instantly die as well. That's Rubik dying, and that's a 5-man, 6-man wipe on the side of Team Bangladesh, and Team Pakistan is off to victory. GG, well played call, and that's going to be the victory going in favor of Team Pakistan. The IGE Community Series winner is going to be Pakistan. What a match, what a series coming out from them, winning the first game 4 versus 5 and closing out this third game in really good fashion. I felt like Team Bangladesh did not have an answer. Rakuzan keeping strong, holding their heads high, taking the first game 4 versus 5 and finishing off the series in a quick 2-0 fashion. What a series it has been. What a tournament it has been. A massive shout out to all the teams who took part. You guys have been absolutely amazing. It has been an amazing tournament from everyone. Some really good display of skill from the region coming out. It has been absolutely amazing to watch the entire series. It's good to see that the region is still alive and kicking when it comes to Dota 2, and such skilled players coming from the community is absolutely amazing. Hopefully, we will have more and more community series coming out from IGE, and from what I heard, they are planning on having much, much more throughout the entire year. So do stay tuned in for updates. Make sure that you are following the in-game entertainment page on Facebook to stay up to date with all the latest tournaments that they are going to be doing as well. It has been an absolutely amazing ride. Thank you so much to all the players who joined in on the tournament, and a massive, massive shout out to all the fans out there who kept watching and kept supporting your favorite teams in the tournament. You guys have been absolutely amazing. And last but not least, a massive shout out to the production team who has been doing an amazing job to give you guys these games alive to enjoy some extremely, really, really entertaining Dota coming your way. So huge shout out to you guys as well. But with that, we do come to an end of this Dota 2 community series. So for me, Tara, it's going to be it. See you guys next time, and hope you guys have a lovely, lovely weekend ahead. See you guys.